Yeah, so it's been a while since I made a video here, so yeah, I didn't really jump ahead and do a whole lot of work. This is kind of just a mock-up after I got the cylinders and that. So I've been waiting for some pieces and that, which some arrived today, so I got my connecting rod bushings, so yeah, I'm gonna get those pushed in. I'll have to take this all apart again and get those pushed in. I got a tool I made a long time ago. I'll have to bring that over and then we can push those bushings in and see how they fit. I also kind of made a cardboard template of the seat here, so I've got it marked here and on the other side. So basically I'm going to use this template here to bend these in, heat them up a bit and bend them in, and I guess I'll got this ready rod here. I'll feed it in between the shocks there and then use some washers and nuts to keep that part from moving, and I'll be able to heat this area up here and just tweak it in there just to match my template, and then get a hoop to join the rest. So yeah, so get these bushings in is the main project now, and then yeah, get some more pieces in to assemble it as far as it is right now back again. So yeah, I thought that looked pretty good. Looks a little different sitting here than just having the connecting rod sticking out. So yeah, so we'll get some more parts and get her a little more together. Yeah, I'm removing the bushings from the connecting rods. This one I got like a setup of sockets and nuts and washers and a rebar, and I'm tightening it up and pushing it out into the bushing out into that socket there. What I did have was this tool here that I made up for like removing valve springs and such in heads, but and that's what I took that bushing out with. But yeah, I was having a heck of a time getting it. Just wasn't going straight, and it wouldn't stay straight, and kept getting off track every time I tried to just get the once you get the bushing budged and moving, it's not quite as hard, but getting that initial movement going on. So yeah, I got the rebar, and that seems to be the way I'll probably put the bushings back in. It's a little more keeps it more in line and doesn't go all wandering and stuff. So yeah, so get my new bushings in. As you can see, I just had found a bushing or a socket that fit around the connecting rod, and then something that you check it to make sure the other bushing will drop into, and then you find another socket that goes right through, and we'll push it out. So yeah, so I got two there that fit the bill, and I'm just gonna push that sucker out and then push the new ones back in. And probably the best way would have been done when the connecting rods were like to press them out on a bench there, press them out, and then press new ones back in. Wouldn't have been such a mess of trying to already drop the socket down inside here. I had my towel here, but then it went down there anyway, and I had to fish it out with a magnet. So yeah, if I had already had a piston pin and seen that those bushings were kind of loose, I would have had them replaced before I got this far. But yeah, we'll get her done and get ready to put the pistons and cylinder on. So there we go. Yeah, I got the bushing installed there. Went in pretty good, and not too bad anyway. It was a bit of a struggle, and this one I got in. What I ended up using was the threaded 3/8 rod, a couple of nuts, and 2 big washers backed up so they wouldn't distort at all. And yeah, it took a bit of a time getting that to go in straight. And once you get it going in straight, it's but getting her set up to go in straight is a bit of a difficult. My clamp here, that old clamp was a bit heavy, and doing it just with one person is a bit of a struggle to get everything going straight. By the time you got it tightened up a bit, it would seem a bit crooked, and you don't want to force it. So it was a bit of a tight interference fit, those bushings. I thought they were a bit bigger diameter than the ones I removed just by feeling them, putting them side by side and feeling them. But yeah, so I'll have to drill a hole through here. I imagine that that would be something. I've heard of bushings that are like they let oil pass through them, and I don't know if that would be the case with this one. But yeah, I think I'll drill the hole anyway, because yeah, I got cut off there. So yeah, what I was saying is I'll drill the hole anyway, and I'll have to ream these bushings so that the piston pin actually fits in there. I figured she was going to be pretty tight when she was a pretty tight fit when I pressed them in. So yeah, that's going to need reams, so I'm going to have to ream that out. And yeah, I got checking over my pistons that I bought. So these all look pretty new, but some of the rings were snapped off, and maybe that's what happened. The guy, had problems with his rebuild, and then just sold it to somebody, and somebody parted it out at the flea market. So yeah, I'll get my cylinder checked out and measured for 40 over pistons. So yeah, I'll see what the cylinder's like. You can after I cleaned it up and that, you can see some of the cross hatching down there still. So yeah, I'm thinking that's likely. It was probably rebuilt, and maybe the guy couldn't get it going, or just sat in somebody's barn or whatever. But yeah, that was a pretty good score, those pistons and cylinders. So hopefully get that all checked out and give them a light little hone, I think, and to get the cross hatching in it, and have to get some paint on it again, and we should be good to go. I think I'm going to order a set of rings shortly, some 40 overs, so yeah, we'll get more of it done there. I'm still missing a piston pin too. That seems to be something that's not necessarily hard to get, but I didn't want to spend huge money. I guess I'll have to buy one at a retail price and have it shipped for twice the price of the cost of the item. So anyway, we'll get into ordering some of that stuff, and we'll get her back together here. Yeah, so I just drilled out those bushings there. I just had like a bit of a broom handle I could shove in there so I didn't, mess up the bushing too bad. You wouldn't want to push it through the other side there and make a big mess, but yeah, just used my handy dandy drill. I didn't go high speed at it. I just did it a little bit at a time, and yeah, looks like it did a pretty good hole there. So just get this all vacuumed up before I oh, there we go, vacuumed up before I get this rag up and try to make sure I don't drop anything. As I said before, it'd probably be a lot easier to do all this stuff before you put it in the engine, but here we are. Yeah, so I got my piston pin clips today, so I got gonna order my rings. I gave this good old measure here, and just with the just gapping the rings here with the feeler gauge, and it is there might be a bit of wear in it there, but I think I'll, for what I paid for this stuff, I think I can order a set of rings and see how it goes. It's a little wear, but I'm not prepared to necessarily buy new pistons and do another oversize on it. So yeah, we'll get the rings ordered in, and then I still have to track down a reamer to ream out those connecting rod bushings. So yeah, hopefully get some stuff in and get her happening.